There's a whole range of theory that says accordions were invented from a tuning device by one Friedrich Buschmann. He invented a held tone produced by a free reed vibrating tongue and placed on a bellows in a position in which it would gradually settle downward, sustaining that tone. The advantage for that was that the work person would have his hands free while being able to hear a tone to compare that of a pipe organ, for example, needing tuning. I think the difference between a Buschmann and others and Demian was one of vision. Buschmann developed a full accordion, a complete accordion, before Demian did, but he didn't see it as a musical instrument. He saw it as a device, as a tuning tool, as something to play with. Demian, on the other hand, saw it as a potentially impact-rich musical instrument. The aspect of showing accordions became very critical when I established my own school. The museum was then secondary to the repair technician school, and today it's probably the other way around. The idea of a role-playing accordion family instrument is certainly one that you see here called a roll monica. This is a harmonica that plays on a roll. And you could make a lot of jokes on that in the Clinton era. This is a roll player, an automated accordion, a concertina, which is known as a Tanzbär, made in Germany in the 1930 through 38 era. So it's a little bit late for that particular display, but close enough in the era of interest. If I play it, you will notice that there are no functional buttons. These are decorations. This lever progresses the roll, and I have an air button that helps me make sound if I choose to change bellows directions. The bellows pump the air. And now everything that I play will have the pre-selected sequence of pitches. Hey Ma, I'm practicing, and it's right every time. Wouldn't you hear a kid say that? The problem is that the instrument doesn't really play straight time. That means as I'm playing, it will go faster or slower depending on how the roll was cut. And when it was cut, the performer used a more dynamic, which expanded the spacing of the holes or less, and it contracted the spacing. And that means that if I knew how he interpreted it, I could adapt the speeds to provide uniform dance beat. But since I don't, it will play at various speeds. Okay, enough of that. The gola was for many years the finest artistic instrument in the world. It sold for around $50,000, and today if you wanted one you'd have to plop that money on a table and wait 3 years. Unfortunately, Gola's studio, his workshop, is no longer available because of course he's dead. There were 4 models of Golas that were made. This is a prototype of the combi system, which includes freebass here and Stradella system here. They often have extended keyboards, 4 or 5 banks in the rebanks in the treble section, and they are amongst the most sought after of easy to play first-rate concert instruments. Good enough. The shifts here are placed in the middle of the keyboard, probably the dumbest place in my humble opinion. We affectionately call it a flutterbox because on the one hand, the instrument sounds like a normal, ordinary accordion. But with the engagement of this shift, it activates a weighted palate that causes airflow disruption in a predictable pattern that we would recognize as tremolo or vibrato. So I have it now turned on and it sounds almost like a bellow shake, almost like a tremolo. If you put your hand on the instrument, you can hear it. You can feel it bumping around in there, this weighted palate that starts and stops the air. This accordion comes from the Brevetto Grossio production of about 1955. The presumption is that the word accord exists in German as it does in English, and that it has an implication of something pleasant, things that sound good together.